everyone, I'm Cynthia.
I'm Nithya.
And welcome back to the PGP Vlog Series.
For this video, we asked a bunch of Olin students what they did this summer.
And we got awesome responses.
So let's check them out.
I was here, did some research. We helped design a scope project for this year. It involved with auto safety.
Summer, I was working for an educational startup called Persistence Plus, and I was super excited that I was able to take on my own project. And at the very end of my internship, I was presenting on natural language processing, which was like a really super cool thing to learn, and something that I didn't think that I could work on. So I was super glad for that opportunity, and I'm glad that I could present this topic and share it with my teammates.
I worked at Lego camps with kids where we built cars and stuff. It was adorable and really fun. The funniest experience, so there was this kid that was bored and he didn't want to play with Legos, so I was like, okay, we're gonna play the octopus game. And he was like, what's the octopus game? I was like, the octopus game is where I count to 3 and then we act like octopuses. So I counted to 3 and I was like, and I was just doing that for about 5 minutes and he was just laughing the whole time. And then he looked at me, still laughing, and he's like, I just peed my pants a little bit. And I was like, well, we should go to the bathroom then. And we just laughed the whole way there.
I had an internship at Red Hat. Red Hat is a software company in Massachusetts, or basically global, worldwide. We make money by selling free software. So basically we develop Linux and a bunch of stuff to go along with it. I learned a lot of stuff about coding and how to work in a corporate atmosphere. I was on a sprint team and I learned just a whole bunch of stuff about how to use Linux properly in a development environment, how to use Git properly, and how to work on a team with a mentor.
So I worked at Stryker Endoscopy in San Jose, making minimally invasive surgical instruments. I think probably the greatest experience I had was sort of getting to understand what corporate structure is like and what engineering means in the real world.
I worked for Northrop Grumman over the summer on JWST, James Webb Space Telescope, and integration. Yay! That's awesome.
I worked for a robotics startup building robots for marketing.
This summer I worked at Raytheon doing RF component manufacturing.
I was here doing research with Jean Huang, and we did environmental microbiology.
I was working at Bose in the automation tools group, so I was developing software that tests current and future Bose products.
I did research with an Olin professor as well as MGH as well as Harvard Med School. I don't really know how that works. I was in the lab. Redesigning a microfluidic assay for assessing neutrophil function.
I worked at Technical Machine, which is an Olin startup out in Berkeley, California, and I did a little bit on the hardware side and a lot on the software side, and also learned all the different things that go into a startup, so that was pretty cool.
So this summer, I joined the ADE team, ADE India team, and I went to Bharatpur and I worked on rickshaws for a month, which was a lot of fun. And then for 1 month, I went to the Ahmedabad University and worked in the life sciences department, which was a lot of fun. I think the most memorable moment was at the end of my time at Ahmedabad. They asked me to give a presentation on Olin, and it was to the incoming class, and it was about 60 students, and they're trying to really follow the Olin philosophy, and I gave this presentation, and at the end one of the girls stood up and she was like, where do you get your confidence from? And I was like, it's thanks to Olin. So it was a very adorable, touching moment, because she was like, this is awesome.
This summer I researched with Oscar and Meg McCauley. We wanted to research whether or not electrical engineering would be a good foundation to introduce into the developing world. And so we worked on a flashlight circuit, and in the last 3 weeks of our research we brought it to Tanzania and implemented it there. We got to go on safaris, we got to see Mount Kilimanjaro, but I think the coolest experiences were just going into town and meeting people, learning Swahili, going to markets, stuff like that, and kind of just experiencing their culture and their everyday life.